It's Nolan. Now, before we get started, make sure y'all hitting that like button. Make sure y'all sharing it on your respective platforms. Let somebody know what we're doing today. Now, let's get into the show.
Yeah, I do not tell like I'm in the cartel. I be on the ground like Tony Hawk real. What's up? Shout sweat a nigga like gon' go trail. That sweat. I just go out, I'm telling you, can I feel? Tell me, you can I feel? Clap your ass in ovation. Too much money, can't send a location. Shoot through the city, 3-point long range. Backyard pool party, girl butt naked. Wifed up, nigga piped up. Cocaine in the plane, fuck your life up. Vin Rains in the scene, choke a nigga out. TKO, that him and the price up, yeah. 35 going on 50. 20K going on 60. 38 blonde, don't miss it. Y'all niggas on dust like Pixie. Bout K got better, I mix it. Make kids, let me go, no Lizzie. Got Giuseppe Gillespie, I'm dizzy. Well connected, my link is exquisite. Honey, y'all dash in the field, got cash in the wheel. I blare with the steel VVs on me. I splash in the veil, can't be low key on the glare. Let's kill, I smash in the veil. Let's cool champagne in the flute, 3K on the suit, like Came a long way from the stoop, like Playing with my name, pew pew, like I do not tell, like I'm in the cartel. I be on the ground like Tony Hawk real. Shot sweat a nigga like gon' go trail. I just go out, tell me how can I feel? Tell me how can I feel? I do not tell, like I'm in the cartel. I don't ever say a thing. I be on the ground like Tony Hawk real. Grinding till I make a way. Shot sweat a nigga like gon' go trail. Shout it tryna swing my way. I just go out, tell me how can I feel? Shout it, tell me how can I feel?
What's going on, beautiful people? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music, entertainment, commentary, and breakdowns. Hope everybody's doing well out there this Sunday afternoon. All right, so I'm sure most of y'all have probably heard by now about this ongoing background investigation that's being conducted into the DJ that don't spin, no spin TV, Drake, and Grand Wizard, right? Who subsequently is running No Spin TV, right? We've heard this coming from the DJ that don't spin himself. He said Charlamagne called him up, gave him a heads up about what's going on. People are looking into his name, looking into files, looking into who's running what for smear campaigns, basically trying to get to the root of where all of this, let's just say, confusion is coming from online, right? Because basically anybody that is not in alignment with Drake, the Iceman movement, and the 3 albums of Pure Mid that were released just a few weeks ago, everybody is being smeared in one way or another. Somehow, even J Nolan ended up a part of the campaign from Keep Six Solid, which is a very it ain't super well known, but it's known enough. It's based in Canada, and they have an affiliation with Drake. He comments on their posts all the time. So even I got thrust in because they tried to call me a failed rapper, a 40-year-old failed rapper, right? Still haven't hit 40, but I don't know who they talking about. And I look damn good. Anyway, so you got that. And of course, they try to find ways to discredit anybody who is not on the side of promoting Drake or basically just saying nothing but positive things about what it is that he does or his music or what have you. Right? So apparently, Charlamagne got a tip because people started asking him, I guess, about what was going on. He said he didn't have any information to lend to it, but then he was given some tips about what they're trying to figure out. Who's running what? Who's the head of what? Who's giving the orders? What's the chain of command? Because again, there's so many different layers to the smear campaigns, right? There's so many different people who get thrown out there. And it's consistent. Like it's day after day after day. They're on a Jay-Z hate campaign. They've been on a Jay-Z hate campaign for quite some time. You get periodically Aiden Ross jumps in and gets a couple stomps in on that front as well, who we also know is deeply affiliated with Drake. They do stake gambling streams together a couple times out the year. But the DJ That Don't Spin came out and said, Charlamagne gave me a heads up, but I don't like the fact that you even called me with this information. Why they feel comfortable telling you about looking into me and you gonna come tell me? So subsequently, after he got the information from Charlamagne, him and his platform have actually enacted a smear campaign on Charlamagne, where they're bringing up old clips of him saying super questionable, nasty, disgusting things. They rehashed the video, I think, of him talking about watching the R. Kelly Child P tape and just other things that he said in his past that put him in a very unsavory light. They're not doing it from a moralistic standpoint. They're doing it in order to include him on the social media takedown, right? So that anything that comes from him is automatically disqualified. We saw how they did with Screwface about a year and some change ago. And now anything that Screw says online, they say, hey, he's a PDF, he's this, he's that, right? Or they just try to say he's a grifter. So he's an active participant on the op list, right? Remember the op list? Remember how many names was on the op list? At once upon a time, it just seemed like it was a figurative thing, like, oh, you're on the op list, but now it's fully enacted and we're seeing it play out in real time, right? Like, okay, we're really gonna shit on niggas. Somehow I ended up on it. I'm not officially on the page, but I damn sure ended up, catching some of that heat the day after Iceman dropped. So for the past few days or past couple of weeks or whatever, the DJ That Don't Spin has been telling his side of the perspective. He's saying that he's enacting a whole hip hop media war. If you ain't with me, you against me. And I don't got no respect for no nigga giving me no info either and all of this type of stuff. And he says, I'm going to start using my money and resources to start using private investigators on y'all, right? Because private investigators have been looking into him. So now we got a new episode of Brilliant Idiots, which I am not a supporter of the show, but this is a platform where Charlamagne does occasionally speak a bit more freely than he does on The Breakfast Club, where he can talk about some of the other things going on in hip hop or in the media that may not be as relevant to The Breakfast Club, needing to cover a very broad spectrum of topics for their audience who doesn't know or care about all of these online tactics. So he finally actually spoke to the nature of his conversation with the DJ That Don't Spin and why he felt that it was significant for him to give him a heads up. Because remember, they had a rapport, they had a relationship. At one point, the DJ That Don't Spin actually looked at Charlamagne as a big homie, somebody that he looked up to and continued to have a relationship with, right? Why Charlamagne would subject himself to that position with him, of all people, has always been questionable to me, which always revealed, he definitely isn't as wholesome as he tries to portray himself to be in his more recent affairs. I still am not a fan of Charlamagne, despite him being right on occasion, right? So let's get to this motherfucking audio and some of this expose that's happening behind the scenes, shall we?
Internet trying to make a war between me and Akademiks. Did you see that?
I didn't know there was a war between you guys. I thought it was like you were like saying, "Hey, be careful, look out." I thought you were looking out for him.
Well, yes, I gave.
Is that not what he said?
So
yeah,
you want me to play it first?
Oh yeah, you can play. Play what Akademiks say.
Shout my man Charlamagne. He gave me a call. He said, "Act, this was going around. I seen it." So what? Where'd it come from? I don't know. Oh, Okay. Charlie, if I wasn't supposed to air you out on that, it's okay. But listen, I got to get to the bottom of this. I hear Laura LaRosa got it in the background. What Laura LaRosa got? What? Then I hear, oh, you got like one of the stooges that was on this show and then this other guy that don't like you. And I'm like, what's going on here? Now, like for anything, I like to address things head on. But with that, I don't like doing proxy wars. I like to just kick it off. I tell all y'all eat a dick. Straight up. All y'all eat a dick. Y'all ain't stopping nothing. All y'all can eat a dick. When there is entities that's plotting against me, don't be the messenger. You either with me or against me. No DJ Khaled's around my book. No DJ Khaled's around my book. Get the fuck away.
What book?
You can stop it here.
Oh, so he's saying you need to pick a side? Is that
I don't know
what's being communicated?
But here's the thing. I gave Akademiks a heads up because Akademiks has done that for me before.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Akademiks has reached out to me before.
Yeah.
To say, hey, I don't know if you see what's happening over here, but such and such is doing this, such and such is doing that. Oh, hey, you know what? Good looking, right? So
when a nigga give you a heads up, he a DJ Khaled, which we still don't understand the DJ Khaled, or let me say for myself, I don't understand the DJ Khaled Drake issue. Just because Rick Ross was dissing Drake, what the fuck is DJ Khaled supposed to do? He don't control Ross. You know what I'm saying? He was still trying to get Drake on his album. He still was trying to, whatever Drake like, I like. I don't understand what DJ Khaled was supposed to do or why he got dissed on Iceman. But again, it don't take much to find yourself on the op list. But when you was sitting in the DJ Khaled position, giving Charlamagne a heads up about things, it's all good. But when he gives you a heads up about shit going on with your affairs, it's a problem. These niggas are so theatric with the bullshit.
I was returning the favor. And usually, man, stuff comes across the desk all the time. We do media, right? So in media, you get tips, anonymous tips. I got so many files on so many different people. I don't know if things are true. I'm just saying that these things come across the desk, right? Usually, there's a lot of stuff that I ignore. This was one I was like, you know what? I'm gonna reach out on. And I don't know if I reached out through text before Jeremy Heck said what he said or after.
Jeremy Hecht?
Yeah, let's play what Jeremy Heck said. Because Jeremy Heck accused Akademiks of taking money from
Who's Jeremy Heck?
politicians. Jeremy, he used to be on this Hip Hop DX show with DJ Head and Elliot Wilson called The Bigger Picture. I think he still works for Hip Hop DX now. Listen to what Jeremy had to say.
Akademiks.
Let's not. We've already heard that. We've already gone through that saga. So let me try to skip ahead so that we can progress with the show.
Another one on December 23rd, 2020.
Head of truth.
Now, I don't know if I texted him before this or after, but I do remember when I saw this, I said, oh, shoot, let me hear that. Because what came across our desk was the same information, but not that. It just was like this spreadsheet that was like, yo, DJ Akademiks takes money from music people and media people and, political people. And also they take money to spread false narratives about folks, like do these smear campaigns and things of that nature. And that wasn't even what I was really calling him to get a heads up on, because Ak will tell you himself. Ak's like, yeah, I take money to, from music people. Like that's not a secret. The political stuff he said he didn't know anything about. Whatever. The reason I called Ak, and Ak said, I think that he asked me who was behind it, and I said I couldn't tell him. That's not true. I said I don't know, but I would find out. But what I did tell him was that these three individuals, Carson McCoy, another guy named Alex Ocha, and George Nguyen. How you pronounce it, Chris? It's a Vietnamese name. Nguyen.
Win is the
Win.
closest, yeah.
George Nguyen. He's that's Grand Wizard Chat nigga, and he is from Australia. What we were told was the Carson kid and George were getting investigated, got pressed by investigators, and cooperated.
No, not Grandy.
And told
No,
and
not
said
Grandy.
and said that they get their marching orders from Akademiks and Drake. I don't know if this is true. I don't know if it's not true. I'm just
Grandy's Vietnamese?
What? Is he? He lives in Australia. Yo, I sent Act the pictures they sent us of him, and Act goes, "Who is this?" And I go, "They say this is the George Grand Wizard chat nigga dude." And then he was like, "What? I thought he was skinny." So I guess when he sent Grand the pictures, Grand confirmed, like, "Yeah, man, I got these pictures sent to me, a few months ago." So I was just calling Act to give him a heads up. And I said, "Yo, you might need to watch the people around you. Because sometimes, man."
No, Grandy.
Listen, sometimes
He's hilarious, though.
I don't know. But sometimes you be in business with people and aren't fully aware of all the things that they may be.
And that's one of the things that makes me real uncomfortable about Charlamagne is the fact that he comfortably sits down with fucking Andrew Schwartz, who'll say things like, Grand Wizard is hilarious. You know who Grand Wizard is, but you don't know who Jeremy Hecht is? Okay. Or stuff like, I'll sit Kendrick Lamar on my lap and have my way with him. You know what I'm saying? And say certain things like that. And Charlamagne comfortably sits across from him like it's nothing, right? But then he'll try to act like he's this upstanding citizen his damn self. This is why I don't no, nigga. But if he's right, I'll give him his credit. But most of the time, I don't fuck with his ass neither.
So
right?
There's illegal activity because they're being paid to do things? What's illegal about that?
I really, to be honest with you, I really don't know. I really don't know. When I say I don't know, I really don't know. I saw there's this guy in Australia. He wrote an article called, what was his name? His name is Kishore. Damn, what's his name, Chris? You know his name? He wrote this article.
Is this alleged, by the way? Like, are we?
Well, this is an article from Australia. It says the rapper, the crypto billionaire, and the Instagram mystery man. The Instagram mystery man is Grant with the chat nigga, AKA George Nguyen, or whoever it is. Now, Act told me that the dude Carson used to. Act told me that the dude Carson used to work for him.
Even more hilarious now that I know these Vietnamese.
Yes. Oh, actually, I'm put a picture up.
It's insane.
We should put a picture up. But Act told me that. What's his name? You want to report his name?
It is Kishore Napir Rahman.
Kishore Napir Rahman apparently has been doing this story. Like, he writes for like a newspaper out there in Australia. So apparently this was a big deal. Like, they came to Grand Wizard's house, AKA George Nguyen, and was talking to his parents and was talking to him. And this is all allegedly. Him and the dude Carson were cooperating and just told them, hey, we do these things because of these two individuals, Akademiks and Drake. Once again, I don't know if this is true or not. I just decided to tell Act what the hell was going on, right? So also, Act told me that Carson...
So they're rolling on, according to this, they're rolling on Act.
Who's rolling on that?
The Grandy and then the other person.
They just said that they're cooperating, and they said that the two people they get their marching orders from was Akademiks and Drake.
But are they, so they're cooperating against?
That's what it sounded like to me.
And we know this is true, or this is all alleged right now?
I'm just showing you what they said. They said it's been an investigation.
I just don't want to throw things on people that I find hilarious.
Man, shut the fuck up. But also,
you know what I mean? If you're not funny, you're guilty. But once you're funny, I'm like, God, man.
But Act told
might be innocent.
But Act told me that Carson used to work for him, but Carson don't work for him no more. And we were told that Carson used to run Akademiks TV, but now allegedly George and Drake run Akademiks TV. Now, I told Act all of this last
Akademiks TV is
it's like a Twitter page that is crazy. Like, they go crazy on people. Like, they just say the wildest shit. Like they say the wildest shit about people. So this is apparently, this is allegedly George right here. that's Grant right there.
The GOAT, bro. The GOAT.
So
nah.
That's apparently him.
This
Now, but by the way, it gets crazier, right? So,
yo, George, stay true, George. Don't roll, George.
he might have already did, but anyway,
Don't do it,
here's my thing. I told
I can't unfollow.
Listen,
The content's too good.
Listen,
I can't unfollow.
I told Act this information.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know what Act went back and told the team.
Okay.
But then it's funny if I go to you and I say, yo, this dude, George, Grand with a Chat nigga, runs Akademiks TV, allegedly. And I'm telling you that this dude and this guy Carson might be cooperating and telling things about y'all that may or may not be true. But then you spend the whole week slandering me.
Oh, Act was slandering you?
No, Akademiks TV, who's ran by George, AKA Grand with a Chat nigga.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you spend the whole week slandering me because of what I told Akademiks. It's like you're kind of proving these people right. But if somebody comes to me and says, hey, this guy right here, works for these two individuals, gets paid to spread these narratives, and then when I go to your man and tell your man something about you, you spend the whole week slandering me.
But why would they slander you? Isn't that so obvious?
Oh, well, that's a good point. That's a great question. When I saw one of the posts, I sent it to Act. And I'll tell you what Act said. I sent it to Act. I said, yo, aiming at me won't do nothing for him. I just put you on to what came across our desk because you always do it for me. And then he said, yeah, I think he thinks you and Rock Nation are exposing him. LOL. He said he got those pics 3 months ago. LOL. This is next level. LOL. Dude is in another country. What the fuck I got to do with this? You know what I'm saying?
So they
what the
think
fuck Rock Nation got to do with this?
They think you're tied to this expose on.
How? When I called your man
to notify him,
to tell him what the fuck was going on, Act didn't have to say nothing to nobody. Act could have took that information.
This is fascinating.
Act could have took that information and did whatever with it. He could have just went and notified his team. I don't know. So if Act notified his team and his team reaction is, all right, well, let's go slander Charlamagne for the week. That you're kind of
proving the point.
You're proving the point and making me look like, oh, so maybe it is something to what the fuck may be going on. But I don't know. I don't think Akademiks has anything to do with it. I really don't.
You crazy as hell, boy. That nigga be, even if it is the Grand Wizard dude that's posting, it's his namesake, stupid nigga. And he watches and sees what they post over there and be co-signing it. He reacts to it on his stream. He retweets the shit that they be saying and putting his own additional take on top of it. And it's his company. So to give him that type of grace to be like, I don't think it's him or he don't know. How? Like, I understand there is a distinction between that page and the No Spin TV page and the DJ that don't spin. But it's all from the same house. You know what I'm saying? It's all from the same crib. Not physically, but from the same crib business-wise. And it got his name on it. If, let's just say, if a nigga was to start a J Nolan TV page doing updates on music and hip hop entertainment news, you know what I'm saying? And I say, oh, let's work together and we build it up under my motherfucking company. And this person is getting paid off of posting it and what have you. You don't think I'm going to do some fucking quality control on what somebody's putting out under my namesake because it's attached to J Nolan? Whoever the nigga is running the page is insignificant. It says J Nolan TV. So I'm going to bear the liability in what comes from J Nolan TV. Same thing with the DJ that don't spin. So to give him that type of grace is still hella baffling to me, even as they're trying to smear you.
I think he's affiliated with some people that he may not know everything that
they're up to.
Because there's lawsuits like that. There's lawsuits that Act just got added to, right? Like involving Drake and Steak and all types of other shit. And, you know, the dude George is also in those lawsuits as well.
Okay.
And I just think that guy might be involved in some things that Act may not know about it. Act put me onto the whole Clipper game, even though I knew what the Clippers were, but they really roll like a mob in a mafia. And that's another thing I was telling Act. I was like, yo, there's people in these discords that they're in.
Oh, yeah.
Sending out what y'all are
supposed to do.
So the hits, so it's like, okay, Jay-Z performed on stage this Friday, on Saturday. He said X, Y, and Z about Drake. Here's the clips. We're going to run with these narratives.
You don't even need bots when you got real people with real pages doing it.
And all you got to do is go look at Akademiks TV, and you can see the slander. There's a pattern to the slander.
Oh, so you're finding the sources in which it comes from.
Oh, it's all that Akademiks TV page, which is apparently ran by Grand with a chat nigga.
But this is the thing.
The dude,
I think
George, allegedly ran by.
This is the thing a lot of people I think maybe don't understand about like narratives on the internet is that like these discords are incredibly powerful. Because think about it. You only need like 30 people to make a comment section look a certain way.
Ooh, and you can take whatever clip you want, manipulate it, cut it up. But this is the thing that they do that's actually kind of brilliant. They'll post a clip and put the caption. So the narrative will be what they want out in the caption. Yeah, you might even listen to it and be like, that's not exactly how that went.
It doesn't matter.
But it don't matter.
But also, if you think about like in the comments, if you see 10, 15, 20 comments, your brain is almost conditioned to be like, oh, this is how everyone feels about the thing. But if you have the...
All right, we don't got to revisit the Discord groups and all of the PR firms and all of the stuff because that's what they're about to get into. We've already covered that stuff, done the deep dives, the WAPs and all of these different apps. These people are putting bounties out there. Some of them are used for good, just for promotional tactics, but there's also a negative spin to it where it's like, okay, this is the bounty for the week. How many videos can we get made or put out with this about this person? You know what I mean? And it still counts toward the views and it still counts towards possible payment and stuff like that, right? So we've already done that. But this is a progressive story where Charlamagne reached out to the DJ that don't spin, let them know that there's an investigation, who's conducting the investigation, what it is that they're trying to gather information for. We're not particularly aware of just yet. I'm sure there's going to be a pretty big, it'll be a big splash whenever that materializes, right? If there's a lawsuit or if there's some sort of, who knows, right? Especially if they can tie Drake to it, which they said, Chat Nigga and the other dude say we get our directives from the DJ that don't spin and Drake, right? They've all been tied in to Steak. They've all been tied in to all of this different type of shit. Steak tries to say they don't know who George is. Unfortunately, that's a lie because the folks over at Steak also run Kick, and Kick also runs Clipping. Clipping is a company heavily associated with George. George is clipping, and he's helping to pay others who are clipping things to make people look bad in the public, and then they spread it out through their respective outlets. All right? So it's all entangled. Now, is it all the same people paying from the same pockets? We don't know that. But it's definitely all entangled under a familiar network of entities. Okay? So at some point, all this shit is gonna melt. They think they doing some smart shit. They think they're pulling the wool over people's eyes by acting oblivious, like they don't know each other or they don't know what the other hand is doing. But it will be exposed. It's already coming to fruition. Okay? Let me know what y'all think of all this down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, become an insider. For those of y'all that are actually tuned into the Retired Bowler channel, I know y'all haven't seen any content in a couple weeks. I was not able to do my thing last week. I told y'all But later this evening, I am actually going to be joining my summer league, and I do plan on getting some footage once I get on a squad and we line it up. All right. So just keep an eye out in the next couple of days for that over on the Retired Bowling channel. All right. I'm gonna catch y'all a little bit later. Much love and respect. Y'all be good out there, man. Peace.
Yeah, family over fame in this bitch, yeah. The glory of living righteous is setting in. My street knowledge and education's a perfect blend. Young mogul, independent, I've been setting trends. The first one from my family to be faithfully wed. Fuck niggas and the horses that they riding on. I see this shit from all angles like a polygon. I'll never politic and the drama be piling on. Father and great son acknowledged like I'm Bobby Bonds. Conversation with my lady about the paper route. 5-6 bank accounts every day I make it count. They down talking my commentary for hating now. Well, I can take it cause I'm bodying your favorite now, please. I can do this shit in my sleep. I been writing for these niggas, y'all read it and weep. I been fighting these niggas if you speak on the street. I'll turn your birthday party into New Year's Eve. Don't let me take it there. We ain't playing fair. This the ATL, Southside nigga moving furniture like Wayfair. Life on hold, no insurance for your healthcare. Lifeline gone, so you wanna be a millionaire? Well, let me tell you about this world I built. The women I dodged, the niggas that I read for filth. The sympathy calls, consulting for the stacks I built. I had